สวัสดีครับเรามาฮันนีมูนกันครับ
Ah, we have a lot to say, so let's not sit here and be cute. So,
Khao Sok. Wow.
I think we've said enough.
Yeah. Okay.
The
Bye. Khao Sok was amazing. I know I've used that word a lot.
When you get off the minibus, they take you onto this boat for what was it, an hour?
Yeah.
To commute you to your where you're going to be basing out of for the next night. There's these floating huts out in the lake, but as you arrive, you meet your guide who introduces himself with "Welcome to Paradise." Well, he's how does he say it?
Welcome to paradise.
Super cutie,
Oh
and
my God.
that was the right word for it.
It is paradise. And our guide had this great way of identifying our group, just so he could keep track of his 14 people. Was, if are you happy, clap your hand.
Only 2 times.
Only 2 times.
He was really cute.
Great.
Yeah, so we arrived at our floating huts, and there's pictures that we put up on Facebook of that. And that's exactly what they were. They were just these little shacks out on things that were barely floating. Getting to the bathroom was incredibly precarious. There were 2 guys on the tour with us who were, one was a first responder and one was a security manager for some construction company in Holland. And they were both kind of freaking out about this. And they talked to the guide and said, is this actually safe? How is this okay? And the guide was like, can you swim? And they were both like, yes. And he said, then if you fall in the water, this is not a problem. And he turned and walked away. And the guys were there like...
Worst case scenario, you land in the water. You might scrape a leg on the way down.
We are
Quit whining.
we are finding consistently that Thai regulations for safety...
It's an oxymoron.
Yeah, I don't even think they have guidelines for it. It's just kind of a, don't be stupid or you're going to get hurt, which we both have.
We both did get hurt, but not in the places where there should have been better safety regulations. I scraped my foot swimming, which you already heard about.
I fell into a hole, which, whatever. Anyway, we're fine. So
So while we were in the middle of talking, our hosts showed up with some wine coolers.
just out of nowhere, just walked up and said, hey, these are for you. So we're having some full moon white cooler premium with stickers on it. With stickers on them. How cute. Okay,
Oh, this place is adorable.
where
Anyway,
were we?
we were talking about the lack of safety regulations.
The floating huts.
Yes.
So beautiful, though. You look out the window and it's this unreasonably blue. I mean, I don't even know this. It does not exist in Crayola crayons. It's just beautiful.
When we arrived, the first thing they said is, unload your bags and jump in the lake, which is right outside your front door
Well, 'cause
because they're
you're-
floating huts. And he said, the water is warm, and it was. The water was probably in like mid 90s. Oh, it was great.
Green.
Lots of algae.
It was really beautiful.
It was beautiful.
So, yeah, it was like being at summer camp. And
really
a number of the
was.
other campers, and we were
Other
commenting, this
campers.
is some, okay, everyone come here now. We're having lunch now. And it was really good. And then they take us on the boat, and they took us on the first tour.
Which was to a cave that was formed by a river. It is wicked cool.
First, you had to hike through the jungle to
Yes,
get there.
I
We had
hiked
to
through the
hike
jungle
where you
about a mile and a half.
there was a natural swing vine hanging
Oh,
down.
yeah.
So guess
That
who
was
had
fun.
to be 6?
It was fun.
You were super cute.
Good.
Really cute. And we were trudging through the mud, and it was just filthy and fun and awesome and beautiful.
And through the jungle, which, neither of
Yeah.
us have done before.
Yeah, it was a first. We didn't really see any animals as we were hiking.
We saw a caterpillar,
Poisonous cat.
which, with bright red spines were kind of a giveaway.
Yeah.
Uh,
We didn't see any animals until we got to the cave.
And then we saw what?
Oh,
Big spiders. Not quite hand-sized.
my
Her
hand.
hand, not
my
quite
hand
mine.
size.
And they did that creepy leg thing when they walk. Some spiders kind of high step as they walk. They were definitely doing that.
And they ran so fast. And I was told, because I obviously freaked out. I started, I screamed. And then, God, I can't even.
Okay.
Go.
So she freaked out about the spider, and she was told, just stay in the water because the spiders stay on the walls.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is a river cave, so there's water running the entire length of it that we were wading through.
Sometimes you were wading, sometimes you were walking, sometimes you were swimming, but the rocks, given the fact that our shoes were now all full of mud, we had no traction in our tread, so we're slipping on the rocks and sliding, and it was really, really precarious. And everyone else was like, oh, catch myself by putting my hand on the wall, and I had to stop in mid-fall to shine the flashlight on the wall to make sure it was okay to put my hand there, and the flashlight was really, really dim, so every time I would move it, it would look like the shadow would look like a spider running. So it was horrible.
Oh,
it was so hard.
She made it through, though.
It was awesome.
So proud.
So cool.
It was amazing.
Tell them about the rope thing.
Right, so as we went further and further through this cave, the water got deeper and deeper. And there was one point where it really got very narrow, and so there was this steep falls in the cave. And it wasn't very high. It was maybe 7 feet high, but it was very narrow, so we were rappelling down a waterfall in a cave.
With spiders on the wall, so you couldn't...
There were actually probably not very many spiders.
There may very well have been spiders.
Possibly.
We don't know.
They were totally benign spiders, though.
There is no such thing. That is... I don't know why he makes up this crap.
They were non-venomous spiders that don't bite people. But...
They run
fast.
Anyway, enough of the spiders.
So then we emerged from the cave and had to hike back through the jungle. Back to summer camp.
So fun.
And then, all right, everybody jump in the river, in the lake again, cool off, take a break.
We did.
And then have dinner. And then...
It was so good.
It was good.
We had massaman curry and fish that had been caught in that lake.
What was the name again?
Ooh, I want to say barramundi, but that's not right.
It wasn't barramundi. It was... it'll come to me later. I'll interrupt another thought with it.
Okay. So, yeah, then we had a little time to just relax and chill out and be at our... Because, the campers needed some downtime before our night safari.
Yeah.
So they took us out on these long-tail boats after dark. With the guide had the flashlight, and he was able to impersonate different kinds of monkeys perfectly. So
he's calling the gibbons, and they're responding and arguing with him, and calling the hornbills, which is not a monkey, but
no, but they're cool.
They were cool. We saw some gibbons, some lemurs.
I'm pretty sure we saw lemurs. Yeah.
We saw plenty of hornbills. We saw an owl.
Oh, we did see an owl. Yeah, and lots of stars, because there's no civilization here. Out way, 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 way deep in the middle of a national park. So there's no lights anywhere.
The guides were great, but they didn't really recognize, they needed to communicate with each other. They were at opposite ends of the boat. So to do that, they would shine their light at each other. And we're in the middle of this, so there's nowhere to look when they're trying to communicate with each other.
Blinded.
Yeah.
It bothered you more than it bothered me. I kept dozing off. I was so tired.
After that hike through the cave.
Quite a day. Yeah. It was quite a day.
So we went back and fell asleep on our bed of bricks.
Oh, was that a bed? Was that a bed? I thought they just had bricks with a sheet on it.
Yeah. Very uncomfortable beds again, but couldn't complain because the view out our window was in the middle of a lake.
Unbelievable.
Amazing green water. And so the next morning. Before we
woke up really early as usual. And I took a pillow and took a blanket and sat outside and meditated by the water. And one by one, the other campers were waking up. And when Max came out, we decided it's perfectly quiet. There's nobody else out in the water. We took out 2 kayaks and we went kayaking around. And mine was perfect. And
I was hesitant to go kayaking at all because I didn't have enough changes of clothes with me that if I got wet, I would have something to change into. But I figured I'm not going to capsize the kayak, so fine. my kayak leaked.
So badly. He's
So-
sitting there like spooning it out, spooning the water out of the kayak.
Yeah, so there's a bottle in the kayak for, bailing water out because this one leaks. And instead of fixing it, they give you a way to bail out the water. Because that's easier.
The construction guys were just way too busy banging on things every time we were eating.
Yeah, they were
Really
putting
good.
up an extension of the floating dining room while we were eating.
They call it the mess hall, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
They probably don't call it that either. They call it something in Thai.
Then we went out on another tour before we
That's
had
right.
breakfast. We went on a morning tour. What did we see on the morning tour? So
More
beautiful.
hornbills. Many
Everything was so
hornbills.
beautiful.
More monkeys. More just amazing limestone cliffs that we didn't even really talk about. This is a man-made lake formed in 1982 by damming up this river. And they flooded this huge valley, 80 meters deep, 260 feet or so.
Moving on.
They dammed up this huge valley and created this lake, and it is stunning. And it's in the middle of these limestone mountains. So some of them are still above water, and you have these limestone islands where people love to go cliff diving.
And some of our other campers did.
I didn't because of that same I don't have any other dry clothes problem.
The next thing we were going to be doing was getting on a night bus to Bangkok. So we were going to be in the clothes that we had on for probably the next 10 to 12 hours.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to get all wet. I jumped in. I'm badass.
Yeah, you are.
Mm.
So yeah, the islands in the lake and the lake itself and the mountains around it, just stunning.
There's no real words to cover it.
It's Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but no dinosaurs and nothing that could hurt you except for your own clumsiness and their lack of safety standards.
Yeah, especially the spiders. They can't hurt you.
Shut up.
They can't.
Moving on.
So, all right, we got back to the town, name of which we still don't know. Near.
It might have been Suratani,
No, it wasn't Stratini. It was another 80 kilometers away.
Mr. Metric. Yes? So, then what happened?
So, yeah, we got back to this town, and we got dropped off at the bus station at around 2:30, and our bus wasn't leaving until 6:30, so we had some time to explore. So we started wandering. We found this market selling all kinds of
Meat on a stick.
god-awful stuff.
I'm pretty
And
sure
some
something
good
was like
stuff.
a spleen, and there was like esophagus.
Yeah, I'm sure we had... We didn't eat it, but there was definitely deep-fried intestine, which was weird looking. There was deep-fried many parts of many animals.
I've been eating a lot of pineapple.
And there was coconut. So, a fresh coconut chopped open with a machete and handed over to you to drink with a straw for 20 baht, which is about 60 cents. So that was a good deal.
Yeah.
And then we ate our food and explored a nearby temple and went to go sit down and eat some more of our food. And 3 local boys spotted the foreigners. And this wasn't a very touristy area. First one we'd really spent any time in. So we were the tourist attraction to them.
Really?
They ran over. They were so excited.
They really were. I think they were what, like 7, 10, and 12 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I think 7, 8, and 12. And they were so excited. The 12-year-old knew like maybe 30 words in English.
And he kept using them over and over and over again. He was so cute. And we couldn't figure out... First we thought that first I thought they wanted some money. And then I thought maybe they wanted some food because they kept pointing to the food. So I'm like, they certainly weren't starving. They looked like totally healthy kids. So I'm like offering them some of the food and they were like, no. And then I think they were just trying to entertain themselves with the tourists or something. Anyway, they adopted us for like we could not get rid of these children. They were trying to get us to take off our clothes and jump in the river with them. They wanted to go swimming.
And they tried to show us, no, it's okay, you can. And this boy pulls off everything but his skivvies.
All 3 of them stripped out of their underwear and jumped in the river to show us
ran
it's okay
down
to
the
swim.
ramp full speed.
Oh my God,
Didn't even slow down. This chubby boy.
So cute. They were sweet.
Ran down the ramp full speed into the water. And we're sitting there thinking, where are your parents?
Where are your parents? So next thing we know, the 8-year-old is driving the 12-year-old on a motorcycle while the
Seriously.
younger one is chasing us around.
And so they got in the river. It's like, all right, it's our chance to leave.
So we booked it down this quiet country road, thinking he's not going to come back here on a motorcycle.
And they ran back up the boat ramp, put their clothes on, jumped on the scooter with the 8-year-old.
Motorcycle.
It was a scooter.
It was their feet were not. It's
okay. 8-year-old driving a 100cc motorcycle with a 12-year-old riding on the back, and the 7-year-old chasing them.
so cute.
To come chase us down and make sure we knew how to get to the bus station.
They insisted on taking us to the bus station.
They
would
us all
not
the way.
leave us until we got to the bus station. And at no time did they want anything from us. They were really just, I think they thought they were helping. We knew exactly how to get to the bus station. We came from there, but they were so cute.
They were
fantastic.
fantastic.
So sweet. Yeah.
So anyway, finally.
So they have seen pictures of the San Diego Zoo. So I think they think that we have elephants and zebras. I think that they think in America there's all kinds of hippopotami swimming around all over the place. They've seen my mother. They've seen my daughter. They've seen Jessica and Amara because we were showing them pictures and we were trying to figure out how to communicate. And finally I was like, let's just show them America because they were very interested. They were such sweet boys. They were so cute.
Great. So they escorted us all the way back to the train station. We got a little organized just in time for the train station, bus station. Just in time for the bus to show up. Night bus from wherever this was to where did we
Bangkok.
go? Bangkok. Right.
It wasn't like one night in Bangkok. It was one night getting to Bangkok, and then we spent about an hour and a half in Bangkok, going to 2 different Wat temples that were both closed. So we got some pictures from over the wall, like that.
Of the reclining Buddha. This thing is like the size of a building.
We got a fraction of his leg through one of the windows.
But, there are better pictures. And we weren't going to wait around to get inside because, it's Bangkok. I mean, neither of us wanted to be there.
And we were ready to get here.
So this is where we're staying in Ayutthaya, which we thought was pronounced Ayutthaya until we started hearing people pronounce it around us. It's Ayutthaya. We got here via train a couple hours ago. Finally, after 3 days of swimming in lakes and oceans.
Rivers and oceans and mud puddles.
Finally took a shower. We got cleaned up. We were settled in a little bit, and we are about to go explore Ayutthaya.
Here we are. Yes, we are. This was the ancient capital of Siam. So we're going to go explore what was Siam right now.
Right now. Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.